Everybody is sat on the edge of their seats, waiting and anticipating what is going to be a make or break album for Travis Scott.
He has a lot to live up to. He basically was canceled.
Given his last 3 years, the question that has been on my mind is, will this be Travis Scott's equivalent of Kanye's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy? Some of Travis Scott's super fans went crazy when they saw that he has this picture of Lauryn Hill as his lock screen. Now what does this mean? If you had tuned into my last Utopia video, you would have seen me break down Travis Scott's weird relationship with the Scammies.
And we weren't nominated for the Grammys at the time. And we felt like we did everything to be nominated. Right. You know what I'm saying? The Grammys really fuck you up. It fucks artists up. And it was like, oh, we gotta make this next record like undeniable. 3 years later, the nominations came out, we were nominated 3 times, and it was great.
We made it on the board, man. This is bigger than what we ever done in life. I don't care, like.
Did y'all win?
We didn't win.
And the Grammy goes to and Bubbling and Homa.
But that we really were doing that for like that trophy.
I've been down, I've been like questioned. I don't know, man. I'm lost, man. I don't know. I'm torn, man.
He's always felt like his work hasn't been given the recognition it rightfully deserves. And so this time he's tunnel visioned, fully locked into the Grammy Award dream.
The end of the Astro World campaign, you didn't achieve everything you felt you deserved to, and we all felt you deserved to.
It didn't happen for us. I think at that moment is when my brain like ticked over.
He knows that he can't only have a commercially successful release, this album also needs to have undeniably great music. To me, this means songs that are miles ahead of records like Stop Trying to Be God, Coffee Bean, Can't Say, Astro Thunder, and Skeletons, just to name a few.
I'm excited about music and rap and beats again, trying to literally build up these gates at Utopia, and I'm on a fucking mission, man. Like,
the greatest winners know how to channel their anger and losses into a bowl of fire. They become alchemists and are thus able to will the winds they desire into fruition. And until it happens, they won't be satisfied. Travis Scott is one of these guys. He's never been shy to admit the Grammy is something he's always wanted and will never stop until he achieves it.
The Grammys, they decide on these awards. Like, what the fuck is that?
But it's horseshit.
Does that really matter to you guys?
It's still bullshit.
it's not bullshit, man. Sometimes some people be like, yo, this shit don't matter, like, cool. But I feel like, man, at one point you wanted that gold. Don't ever give up on that fucking gold.
But it's sports. Yeah, man.
You think you could have went your whole NBA career without an NBA championship ring?
No.
Travis seems to care a lot.
I'm gonna tell you something about my generation. We give a fuck, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about how it works with the Grammys.
I don't know either.
I didn't win one last year.
I bet he also knows his time is running out, so it's now or never.
That's the shit that get me going. Not being accepted is like my whole driver. Like, people not fucking with me, I just want to prove a point.
Before Astroworld was snubbed at the Scammies, Travis had been riding high off continuous, non-ending wins. This award seems to be the only thing he hasn't unlocked yet. Trav was seen in a photo with the super legendary producer Alchemist. If you know about Alchemist and the kind of beats he creates or the classic samples he chops and flips, you know the music is bound to be insane. He's also being rumored to be working with Tom York, who's the frontman of the band Radiohead, and is also someone Travis has been a fan of for a long time now. Another rumored collaborator is Eve Toomer, which makes sense considering the sound Travis said he was aiming for the LP. Eve Toomer was also on the lineup for the Astroworld Fest. If you look at the people who are usually on Travis's lineups, you'll see it's everyone that he's either worked with or artists that he's built genuine connections with. After studying his album making process, I've realized his main strength is giving directions to musicians and knowing exactly what he wants from them.
You know me, everything's just about a sonic presence, man.
You also have to give them very clear direction in what you need them for. So you have to pick specialists. Like, if I need you just to play keys, I want you to collaborate. This is gonna be your space. And Travis is an incredible director, so he's like, yo, I need you to rap right here in this part, but I need you to rap like you rapped on this particular song, and need you to do it like this.
He has a great track record of bringing people that aren't from hip-hop into his world.
Let's talk about working with Travis Scott. It was awesome. He's so enthused by ideas, conviction.
Seeing how he's been able to work with the likes of Casey Hill, Stevie Wonder, John Mayer, Kevin Parker, plus Earth, Wind and Fire, I can't begin to imagine who he has enlisted on this project. Kevin Durant, who's a good friend of Travis's, has also let us in on the rumblings about how amazing this record really is.
Travis Scott.
Oh yeah.
to. He popped up and played his album in the studio, and I had people hit me like,
I see. I didn't
Travis'
get that
album's fucking amazing.
I've heard stories about
We'll
how
edit it.
insane it is. Cause I seen Travis in Utah. He was telling me like it's fucking like to the point where it's like he didn't want to explain it to me. I just got to come here. He's telling me that it's fucking insane. The sickest shit he done.
Tell us how often Travis invites you to his studio session when he working.
Man, Travis.
Hey, got a little writer's block over here.
Man, look, man, Travis is Batman, bro. He in there doing his own thing, man. You don't need me for nothing, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now.
From the hints they've been given, it's pretty obvious to see that this is going to be a double album, with the two albums being Dystopia and Utopia. Now I know what most people are thinking. 20 or more Travis Scott songs on an album doesn't sound too appealing, but now more than ever he has so much to say, so many things he needs to address. I personally hope he addresses the Astrofest tragedy, even though depending on what he says or how he says it, it could land him in more hot water.
How did he deal with that mentally? It was tough, man. You know, lives were lost, you know what I'm saying? And it's not a good feeling. No. But you know, he dealt with it as strong as he could. You know
there was lawsuits and all that?
A lot of lawsuits, yeah.
A lot of lawsuits pending, right? Still pending?
Still pending.
It also would be dope to get another update on his personal life, like what he delivered on Coffee Bean.
He obviously had a weird couple of years and controversy and all this stuff. He's had a new baby and he's...
We living life, man. I think you're gonna hear that in the music, though. That's the good thing. When these dudes go through some stuff and they live life a little bit, especially when it's out in the public like that, too, like, I feel like they just got a little bit of a bigger chip on their shoulder, even more hungry than they were from the beginning of their career.
And hopefully Sahai is working with them again because his pen is amazing and they cooked up some magic on Astroworld.
Didn't you work on 4 songs on Astroworld?
A little more.
A little more than that.
Man, I got this cadence like, and I'll be like, okay, well, what you want to talk about, man? I want to talk about how I'm out there stunting on these home whoop, and I just be like, oh, okay. All of my exes, I put them all in the group. This when he was, you know, at Rihanna, and then he was with Kylie, so I'm like, no, just say it like that.
A lot of fans are worried because of the guest verses he's been dropping in the last year, and rightfully so. But we also need to remember that before Astroworld dropped, he had received the same scrutiny. I'm pretty sure he's saving his best work and best self for his own album. The rollout had just started and it's already legendary.
Finish the master, Mark. Utopia is done. The Utopia album is done. It just needs to be mastered.
Now, do I believe the album is done? Personally, I don't. I think this is all part of a rollout. These superstar artists can send their masters to the DSPs hours before the projects are meant to drop. It's a normal occurrence to have artists finish verses the day before an album drops and still have it done, mixed and mastered without any delays.
Nigga, Nice Talk is a Savage record, nigga.
I sent him that song like 2 days before the album came out.
Really?
Swear to God. He did his verse the day before the album came out.
Yeah, I'm in the V. I'm on the way to Mike Dean's right now.
Why are you going to Mike Dean's right now? Is the album not done? What's going on, man?
I'm just, you know, me and Mike, we go all the way into the final day, just like perfecting the album and just vibing. I don't like leaving the studio to just be on the net, you know?
Travis and his team would be doing themselves a disservice by handing in Utopia a few weeks earlier, when they could still lock in for a little while longer. You never know what you can come up with while you're focused and honed in during the last stretch. This is usually when the biggest hits or best songs on the albums are made. It also would be really stupid if he dropped before the new Billboard merch bundle rule is in full effect. He knows his pull with his merch.
Billboard is bringing back bundles as of June 30th.
This new rule means he could now sell upwards of 500K first week, kinda like he did with Astroworld. The rules are a little more strict, and the merch can only count towards an album sale if it is sold with an actual physical album.
However, the packs will be restricted to just 2 options per album release. A sweatshirt with an LP and a t-shirt with a CD, for example.
But Epic Records can pull it off because, I mean, he is one of their biggest artists. Do you think it's a coincidence that this new Billboard rule is introduced right as Travis Scott is getting ready to drop?
They could have knew this was coming. That's why we ain't had no drops.
The big dogs definitely knew this was coming.
They knew this was coming, so they waiting.
Epic Records and Cactus Jack are fully committed to making sure this album is an ultra success. From the numbers to the cultural impact and everything in between, it seems like they're coming for everything. This gives me so much more faith in the quality of the music, because at the end of the day, that's all I care about.